What's going on, guys? It's game 2 of the grand finals for LEC, and I'm going to be honest, I forgot to hit record. I literally went through the entire draft and I looked over at my OBS and it said, start recording. Whoops. So instead of trying to go over it all over again and, pretend like I'm shocked on what's happening, basically what I thought was going to happen was here, I was expecting a Renata. I was expecting a Renata pick here because most likely this guy should be able to play Gragas, Ornn, and I didn't think about it until he picked it, but Cassante. Like, there was 3 options for tanks that they could have taken into this whole Scion switch thing, and they also took Volibear because they banned Zac, and then they answer a banned Rek'Sai, right? So, they banned Rek'Sai, so they didn't really have an opportune, best first pick, so they chose Volibear and leave it a little bit more open. So, the Jax pick I thought was fine. I thought the Kalista was fine. Jinx Scion, I mean, this is just the strategy they're going for. Naturally, they banned the Renata, so they couldn't get it later. They banned the Lulu. This was a really good ban. Nautilus, this is like a fine ban. Blitzcrank, Shun actually had a pretty good Blitzcrank, so I think all the 5 bans were good. Nico, it's fine because honestly, if they picked a certain champion, they could go Janna here. Especially because Janna just kind of really stops these champions from doing anything. So no Janna angle. They get Thresh. Thresh is kind of whatever. They pick Azir and then they get Acel. So I thought Fnatic's overall comp was pretty good. The only thing is, this champ kind of sucks in lane swaps. So we'll see how it goes. My thought process is that, Jax is strong, strong, medium, strong, in terms of level 1. So they should invade level 1 and get wards and see where these guys are going to go, because you don't want to go blind. And if they go blind, it might be really bad. So that was my feelings from the draft. And now let's watch the game. That was much quicker than how I normally go about it, but I think it's fun and it's good practice for me to go through the draft as is. Because it just helps.
It's so fun to brainstorm, right? Because you're not used to maybe a Nico just coming up when one lane swap, then suddenly there's a Nico in the way. But yeah, there's actually ways that they can play around it a little bit. Of course, it's easy to count them in, but when there's so many communications going around, when you're having lane swap, it might be a little bit of a joker. Thank you very much, Doc. Star Wars analyst who's got 5 round notes against 4 Nico. We have seen it once before. We've seen it in other regions as well. We can see it again here in game 2 of the LEC Spring Finals G2. Look at the back. We saw the adjustments, especially in the fan phase.
So let's see. Are they going to do it? Because if they don't do it, then it's not going to be great. They don't do it. Fuck me, man. Personally, I really would have, just invaded. What's gonna happen? What can they even do? I mean, I guess the biggest fear is that they can Scion Q you, and so if they, let's say they were in the try here, they could have people waiting here and Scion sitting here with a fat Q like this. They would run out, and when these guys walk in, it'd be a Scion Q into your face, and so that's pretty rough. I think it's quite safer doing it this way. I mean, Nico can try throwing a Q, and then you can have people kind of shift in and see, and then just play it out. I feel like there has to be a way, because for sure, one way is anyone mid. If you see no one mid, they might be stacking, right? Then you have skill checks like this. I think this is the only one they have. It's like a Q, right? A Q or an E. And that seems fine. Honestly, as a, Fog of War check, that seems fine. But they didn't do it. The best thing they got was that top ward by Oscar. And then these guys just invade the bot side with Scion. So now they have no idea what the hell is happening. They just know, nothing's happening up there. And, they're already expecting a swap, but it's a blind expectation. So Oscar doesn't do anything here. Also, this is way better by G2 this time, because G2 is actually doing an enhanced leash. Oscar's not doing it. Oscar absolutely butchered this situation, by the way. One, again, his champion sucks at handling the wave bot, compared to Scion. 2, he should at least be helping his jungler leash, because this is how it worked way back when lane swaps were a thing. Your support would help leash. Like, your top laner would help, like, it'd be one of the members, right? I think it's like your top lane would help your jungler leash, and the support would go and attack and exhaust and harass the shit out of the enemy jungler, so he couldn't really do anything. But this is gonna be really bad.
Which then resulted in a bot lane invade, which now is giving G2 all of these resources. Broken Blade is helping the clear, makes it go even faster. Now Razork is attempting to cross map, which is the correct play, and also is looking to match with as quickly as possible. The adaptation here is getting some control of the Broken Blade. Broken Blade walks up, uses an walks away, knows that he can't return top once that wave bounces out a little bit. I really like this G2 because G2 is just superior tower taker.
So they fast push the top wave, they drop 2 plates, and they swap into bot, and these guys are gonna swap into top. And the Volibear got 6 camps, and they're gonna do the exact same thing. Except in this case, technically, you know, even though they can try to dive and use the Scion and just create this situation, I feel like this is the case where you would probably just send the Scion to die and take the bot wave. See, yes, the TP, so I feel like this is, like, not nearly as good. I feel like him having the TP, so in case he gets dove and killed, like, this won't turn it so bad. But right now, like, this is for sure a lot worse for Fnatic. Wow, him dying that way is pretty bad, though. Way to go, Jun. But, like, yeah, Scion shouldn't die that way. All that matters is XP, not gold, XP. As long as Scion's getting XP, then he's winning. So they get 2 more plates. So that now G2, at this point, has 4 plates. 4 goddamn plates. Fnatic has 1 plate. Now they get the grubs because they're swapping to the top, and that's like, you know, that's in the end, that's like how the cookie crumbles. And Volibear is already heading into bot side, so he's gonna be able to actually get the dragon, which is great. And of course, you kind of keep in mind, it's worth noting that the grubs are indeed actually like better in this situation. Like, it's a rare case where grubs have higher value. So I'm curious if like G2's duo should actually still come back into top side. The only downside though is that Kalista picked up the kill, so she's like actually strong. No, it's not worth it because Kalista picked up the kill. So the worst part of this strategy is that you have to keep swapping and aligning the matchups, because if you're gonna feed kills over to enemy AD while your top laner does get more XP, that enemy AD is still gonna be strong. So yeah, they kind of have to dodge it. And if I'm Fnatic, like, I think the main thing for me, if I'm Fnatic, was it ever possible for Jax to, because Jax does Raptors into the top camps, right? And he bases after Gromp because he's like worried that he's not gonna have time to do the blue, which definitely sucks. So he already sacked partially, right? But I think what's worse is, does he have a ward? Oh, he's an idiot. Please tell me he wards at least. Oh my god, he's so stupid. So he needs to at least ward here. I was like trying to pay attention to see how they're like looking at this, and at the very least he needs a ward here, because yeah, you're probably gonna see the bot, like their bot lane, like going to top side anyways. But you want the information. Like, why not get the information? Because he could have warded that. Then he does his top camps, and then he wants to go on the bot side. I don't know why he would not just do his Raptors here. I would do my Raptors. I would clear down. You're just trying to get camps in the end. That's all. That's all you care about. And then, to me, again, I want to find, like, go further down and try to ward and see where they're coming from. Though I will say that might be a little too deep at that point. Like, if he did Raptors... I mean, technically he could run down and get the ward down. And he would have seen Scion briefly. I guess based on how the timing is, like, yeah, he could have done his Raptors, and then he could have gone and done his Wolves, but he also knows the Crab is up. He also could have done Raptors into the Crab. I mean, I'm just trying my best to figure out the timing on this. And I don't think he could do a deep ward, so maybe not. The first one he definitely could have on top side, but this one, he didn't really have time. So this guy dies again, and then somehow Oscar, who has no job, gets caught by Volibear because he's randomly walking in the bot river area, and then he just randomly dies, which makes no sense. And at the same time, Humanoid, who should never be in a position to like kind of, yeah, I mean, and I don't think he was really in any trouble either, by the way. Like, so he knows Volibear is probably moving towards mid at this point, right? So he can just back off for a second and just wait a second. Kind of just loses his flash as is, which kind of blows. They kill top, but he randomly dies, like I said.
It was all broken blade, losing his life in the early trades. This time though, they finally catch out Oscar, get a pick. In exchange, TV now comes through. Oscar knowing that he's one against the carries, capture danger. Now comes through. Oscar knowing that he's 1v1 against the AD carries, caps in danger. But Razork is there to back him up. Ulti coming in from the Aurelion Soul. He starts to spit fire onto Cap.
Okay. I mean, like, you just killed top, and Acel should just base. Like, it's too late for mid. Just base. Like, you're already so low. Like, nothing's really gonna happen. And it caps us the flash because this guy's here, and it kind of baits Fnatic into a fight, and it ends up killing Razork because Humanoid is incapable of just accepting defeat, so they just randomly both die. Dude, don't. Oh god. Well, he got his base cancelled, so that's pretty rough.
Oscar trying to play safe, avoid the bot tower. Gets caught out by Yike, who has a 2-level advantage. Humanoid doesn't really have HP, and he wasn't expecting the hooks to come out from over the wall. We move into the play. And Cap just finds a good position here. He's looking for Humanoid, he finds him, realizes I'm in danger, needs to flash away. Nice flash fall from Out of the Beast. I guess he should be expecting Yike considering he just killed Oscar.
The problem is that Humanoid, the Q doesn't go through Yike, so he can't actually get the damage of Caps, because Yike is blocking the way, and it means that Caps is just able to walk through without having any more damage off his direction.
So while all this is going on, you can see that Noah's still sitting in the top lane, trying to trade back where they can, but more fights going in favor of Hansa. It's going to secure another one now as they chip away Oscar's HP. Dragon inside off by Yike. Level 5, both junglers so close to level 6. Question is, are they going to try and force this fight? We've seen Fnatic force Dragons more often than I believe they should.
Caps going, pushback doesn't quite connect. The after fight taking Humanoid just out of the edge of that hitbox will be break. Beside G2 again, we're likely to die in the dive. Trying to take the tower, gives him a bit extra space here. Noah also.
I mean, what the fuck, dude? Like, like, can we just be honest? Like, some of these deaths make no sense by BB. Like, literally, some of these deaths actually don't make sense. Like, you're kind of just feeding for the sake of feeding, and that's, like, not an actual strategy. So, good job, I guess. The next set of grubbies are coming up, and they don't want to give them a full 6 stack. Okay, so they swung the Scion up here. Now, this is not the biggest deal. As long as they're able to get 5, it's pretty good. I have so little to say in this game. It's really wild, because, like, the last game I had a ton to talk about, but this game there's just some shit that's just, like, should not happen. I mean, Caps is literally up 3 plates now. Like, in this matchup, in a matchup that he should never, by the way, never be up 3 plates, he's up 3 plates. So, yeah, Humanoid is playing like shit. Chovy would never. Humanoid's playing like shit. BB's dying way too much. And G2 is just, like, steadily progressing towards a win. I mean, like I said, the main upside is the fact that Noah is suspiciously strong because of the deaths by BB. So that is your core advantage you have to use in this game and work around the bot lane really well. And they need to start making flash plays to get sums. Now, the dragon is up, so it's not here. Like, they will work on the dragon, and G2, in theory, should give it up, which they do, because it's just, like, not worth the risk. But now, Fnatic need to put the presence, like, put how would I say it, put some effort into finding a play with Nico and Kalista and get some sums. Like, they need to do that. Like, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. like what was the point of this?
A little bit too long.
So top lane got a really fat push, so he has a lot of timing here, right? Azir also pushed, so he also has a timing. So they're doing a classic pinch. Okay, fine, so be it. Azir starts shifting up. They connect here, so by them bridging this here, he feels safer to walk up here. Yes, there's a chance that he could get met here, but he has flash and his shuffle, so not the end of the world. And Caps also plays it pretty slow, so he's paying attention, right? So here's Sion, here's this guy. Walk up. I'm really surprised they're just full committing, because Ace R is on. So if he full commits here, Ace R comes here. Nobody can do anything. Like, literally no one can follow Yike. Okay, so that's interesting. 2, you're gonna get hit by Nico E and then Nico R, and you can't move. Okay, that also is problematic. Now, this guy doesn't have TP, so this is a true 5v4, right? You do have an actual advantage, and if he Rs this turret, Caps will come behind, and he'll try to sweep you behind. This guy's already starting to press R, so the idea is that, well, we're just gonna all slam into you, and you're gonna die, right? But for one, this guy's not gonna DPS initially. Like, this just will not happen. He's not gonna DPS. So it's a lot of burn damage that you're going to try to do all at once. Is that actually worth it?
Also, Harold being alive.
Because he jumps in. Jun has a really good Nico R. So Caps... Because Caps goes in too early. Like, I can see the idea they're going for. But, like, Caps just needs to wait and let this progress. Let these guys initially hit here. Also, really good job on where they retreated. Like, I know I've been shit-talking, like, these teams a bit. And the idea that G2 is portraying here, the timing is actually not bad. Especially because losing the top turret is whatever. Like, if you can, like, take this out and even get picks, really good. But Fnatic peeling up... way better than if they peeled this way, because if they peeled into Caps, then Caps would have gone an insane play in the end, right? The fact that they moved up this way now gives them the benefit of the doubt to just let Razork like fully take these two like champs, which is really good. Like, already this is like pretty damn good for Fnatic, right? So that's really good. It does suck that Nico W is not available, but yeah, Razork eats both of this, so awesome. And then Jun, he's not really anticipating the Azir so much, but more so that, like, he wants to just actively defend his teammates. So Caps goes in too early, gets smacked by this. Yeah, he does get a good shuffle still, and I'm trying to see, like, is Noah already flashed? How does Noah get out of this? Did he R on top of Noah? Oh, well, Noah's an idiot. Like, okay, let's just say that. For initial sense, look how Noah is, like, posing in front. You should know that, like, especially with Azir here, like, this isn't, like, you should not be playing like this. Noah should be, like, here. Acel can be more in front if he wants to. And, you know, he's putting the E down on here. And then Jun will try to throw a Q, like, lop a Q over to help DPS this. But Noah should never be here, because if Noah's in the if Noah's actually in the right spot in this fight, Caps is dead. Like, they will actually like hard win this fight, just because of like where they're positioned. And now Humanoid's still in a good spot. Yeah, Humanoid's in a really, really good spot. And look at Hans Sama. So I want you to watch Hans Sama. So, like, Hans Sama gets to hit Razork, but then he can't actually kill him yet. He actually flashes on top of them, Razork, so he eats all the stuns. He gets hooked too, I think. He almost dies. And, yeah, he actually does... Razork buys a ton of time, so he... Oh! Oh! Are you serious? Well then. That's unfortunate. That is not what I wanted to watch. How funny is that? There we go. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you like that in the video, right? Holy, accidentally pressed the wrong button. Whoopsie. But Razork plays this super well. And yeah, he played that really well. Good positioning by Humanoid. Good shit by Razork. Great job by Jun. Noah, you damn loser. But whew, pretty good. And Hans, like, for me, if I'm Hans, I'm trying to see if Hans can play this better, because Hans is on this side, and let's see, goes around. You know, ideally, he's just going this way. No? Like, shouldn't he be going this way to align himself better this way? Because it's awkward to go around. And I feel like he gets so... Because then also his angle, he has like a way better rocket angle too. Yeah, I think Hans just doesn't position well. Because the way he positions is just like, well, I can just hit this guy, right? I mean, maybe he can move this way and then still our position into them this way. Because he doesn't do anything. Like, honestly, Hans literally does absolutely nothing here. Nothing.
But that's the second reset. Moving right into the decimating smash. Force decides to, but Noah continues to step forward. Noah, Jun, Humanoid still standing. Mickey goes for the hook, but he does not find it. The playing will fizzle. The mid lane tower finally drops, but it's no Oscar pushing it on the top side. The playing forward.
Also, could have Oscar started moving. Nah, it's actually good that Oscar did what he did.
They still find 2 kills along with the tower on the top lane. You'll see this initiation come out from Yike, the ultimate from Broken Blade as well. The combo initially looks quite promising, but this ulti from Jun creates so much space between Caps and the backline. Razzle immediately dives onto the front as well, gets a 3 purchase done underneath the tower, and while the ultimate comes in from Humanoid to do massive damage on the backline, they force G2 to back away while Oscar secures the top tower.
Jun getting the interrupt onto the shoulder from Caps was massive. The fact he got that lock up means they can't get the play off, buys time for the Red Salt to come through, and then the base ult from Noah means that they can't target Jun, who's the lowest member, so really well played by Fnatic in that fight, and again, Jun being the hero that Fnatic needed. Certainly, Broken Blade now walking away, essentially being farmed for sacks outside of Humanoid Gold. Slightly in favor of G2, but the Herald in the back pocket of Fnatic, very likely it'll even out shortly. Broken Blade vulnerable here on the side lane. 3-man blast coming over. He is in for a not so pleasant surprise. CC the counter strike, trying to back off, but there's no way.
Funny.
Well.
So they fast push mid and they collapse in the bot, but then the cost is that they lose 2-1 lane control, and enemy gains 2-1 lane control. Upside is that they have Herald, so maybe they can get 2 towers from this.
They know that Fnatic have invested multiple members towards the bot side. They're sieging on mid. They're going to secure this tower, rotate towards top, but I don't think they have much of a wave to play on.
Alright, let me just state this right now. When you do these kinds of plays, so they do have Herald, which is an upside, right? You just took the mid wave. This guy already pushed the bot wave, so you don't even have a wave in the first place. So this play is, as we would say, dead. Dead play. But Fnatic still commit to it to try to get a kill, which makes no sense, by the way. It makes absolutely no sense to do this, because Azir's already pushing this, so you have no wave to really do anything here. Like, you're gonna be -1 on the map. Right now, G2 is +1. Now going for this play, now you are -2. Like, hello? Because you're losing this wave too. I mean, they'll base and they'll try to defend top, and hopefully they can defend top and nothing bad happens. Like, hopefully literally nothing bad happens.
They know that Fnatic have invested multiple members towards the bot side. They're sieging on mid. They're going to secure this tower, rotate towards top, but I don't think they have much of a wave to play on, and they're going to be forced to disengage.
Alright, nothing bad happens. Great. But you lost mid turret. Not great. Do not like that. Especially against a comp that has Scion that's just going to run at you. Don't like that.
You will still be able to shove in pretty aggressively and then linger over towards bot, shift up towards that top side as well. And if you ever try and go for that sort of play again as Fnatic, suddenly that's another outer tower going down, a single outer tower will remain. So Fnatic have to be careful about looking for these trades again. And when you have vision control in your favor, Bresh feels like such an impactful champion. Especially Volibear as well. He's still in the range of the early to mid game where Volibear can feel at his best. We'll start to fade away a bit as we get later into the game, but G2 certainly have
2 items for Kalista.
I will say though, a lot of the advantages for G2 are starting to
Jinx has IE though. Huge.
1.1k gold ahead, now down to within touching distance, which is 300. Yes, you've got an advantage for Yike, but Humanoid is starting to come online, Jax is starting to come online, so you aren't as favored in the mid jungle.
Dragon up in 40 seconds. Cassante on a late base. So he rotated up and he pushed this out. What does he have? Oops, sorry. That's it? He bought a mantle? Nah, don't base. If you're Cassante, so I'm gonna say this right now. When the timing is close to objective, so like objective is coming up, right? Like let's say it's like 30 to 1 minute. If your base sucks, don't base. Like, literally, do not base. Because he bought a mantle. Like, all he's going to do is get a little bit more magic resistance, and that doesn't really do anything. Him having presence and being able to get a good position on the map in this area is so much more beneficial to his team, plus not having to use TP, compared to, yeah, like I said, getting, what, 15 and more MR? So, yeah, that was not good by him. Especially because his team's already set up, which is actually the worst part about it. These guys are already ready to move in. Jax is ready to move in. This guy got the bot push, so he's ready to move in. Imagine if Casante's here with them already. Awesome. Sick. So much better. But he's not. He's going top lane. And now they lose the mid wave. Like, this should not happen, by the way. This is inexcusable by Fnatic to lose the mid wave to G2. Like, that should never happen. Like, Asol moves up. They get initial vision. Casante could have taken this pink already. I think it's a fresh pink. Yeah, he literally would have walked up and taken that pink. Straight up. He would have taken it. They already have initial vision on bot side, like I said. Like, they don't even need to place more wards yet. Like, they don't have to. And then they could be standing in front of these guys with Casante, and then it's an even fight for this, so they would have taken this out. And there's no Baron, and then they would have just walked to here, and they don't have a play. There's no play. The only play they have is if they go back top and they take this, or they have to contest Dragon in a second round in a more awkward spot. So that is everything that comes through Oscar literally basing and doing that buy. He fucked this entire thing up.
The ground, you know you're dead. He's got the kill streak ready to go.
Just don't give him the 25 kills for the you know.
I feel like it's gonna come. You know what I mean? I feel like there is pressure on G2. While you can always argue, you know, is there some parity in scaling between Nazir and Aurelion Sol? Certainly, but Aurelion Sol just gets so much simple value the longer this game goes.
Jun is walking up. Jun is looking.
Flashing.
He got the jinx. So I'm curious to see how this goes. So Jun is playing as Jax, right? Razork is, like, I don't know where he's going. Like, if they plan on fucking with this more, then Razork should, like, especially because you need to play for the next mid wave then, now, at this point. So for Razork, bad play. Like, you can't go to Dragon yet. You're already playing for the next play. What he should do is just stay in the brush and just chill out, right? So now he's farther away than he should be. So he should already be, like, right around here, right? And then he should have E up, and he should be able to jump into this situation and actually help. Now, hopefully, he arm away. Oh my fucking god. I'm pretty sure if he R's him, it takes him over this way, no? Right? Because for me, for Oscar's sake, him pushing the Zir out of this situation is already super winning for them, because then that means their only damage comes from Jinx. That's it. And Jun so happened to catch this guy. Like, this already is happening, that he's already caught. So Razork should already be in position to stun him. That's Razork's fault. Asol should have a prepped R to land on here, hopefully. And Jun, like, overall, really good engage. Oscar, I hope to God you finish this out, because you end up getting, what, slammed? Oh my god. I mean, Oscar played that horribly. But he did buy time, but he did play that pretty horribly.
From the skies, but Caps, Hansama, Broken Blade trying to play around this tower. Ulti going down, locking up to immediate follow-up.
Hold on.
Playing beautifully on the 3, Oscar off to the side.
So Asol for sure has W too. So Asol can already start pressing W if he wants to, and he can throw the R on this guy. I mean, this guy's dead. 100%, there's absolutely no world where G2 saves this guy. But at the same time, when I'm looking at this, how come Caps runs this way? Why does Caps not run this way? Like, reposition and throw his R out this way? Because he needs to rally to his team. I don't know why he's playing separately, but since the way he's doing this is literally fucking over his team really hard. If he repositions himself, so don't do this, go this way, like really go this way and protect him, you're fine. Like, you're actually fine. He would actually deny the play. Or it might make things worse, depending, because he doesn't have flash. If the Acel actually lands the R here, then he's also dead. But, I mean, this just so happens, like, he needs to at least try this way, because Broken Blade will then be in charge of stopping Oscar. And then at least Broken Blade is in the mix, because Broken Blade is like, he's choosing to help Caps versus helping his Jinx. Like, he has a tough decision, like, do I help him or do I help him? And to be honest, Hans should, like, always die here. Because just watch. He's hit? Yeah, he should fucking die, man. I'm pretty sure Hans should just die here.
Humanoid finds the reset. Now stepping in, Hansama ghosting, Yike taken down. Humanoid can just fly again. Raining fire from the skies, but Caps, Hansama, Broken Blade trying to play around this tower. Ulti going down, locking up to immediate follow-up though. They've got Hansama in their sights. Razor goes in and finds it. It's a shutdown. And again, G2 are crumbling in the mid lane. It's Noah buying a bit more space. Breath of Light going through the fly. The tower though just continues. Caps desperately trying to escape. Dancing over the wall. They want to follow. Noah wants to kill, but he's gonna get embarrassed in the 1v1. Not today. Godlike on the Ballista. And again, G2 crumbling.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. That was just like, it was really good by Jump. Like, really good. I don't know, it's awkward for G2 because you don't know if this is him or not. Like, you have no idea. And your champions also kind of suck. So if their plan was to push up one extra step for this, then everyone needs to say, shouldn't they just say screw this and screw the dragon? Because I feel like at this point, even though I didn't like the fact that Fnatic gave over a wave and even an option for G2 to control this, because by the way, keep in mind, if G2 didn't get this wave, like the previous wave, the play I'm about to describe is not possible. But because they have this, if they push up and take this, now this is exposed, so they kind of have to backtrack, and then they can still push into here and take this. Yeah, they lose the dragon, but it's not bad. Like, it just means, like, okay, we failed to kind of get the setup we wanted to, but we can still get something on the side and get even Vision prepped for Baron and just call it a day. But instead, they're, like, in a weird spot where it's like, here's my turret, and our champions, like Volibear, Sion, really suck at, like, reading this situation. Like, Sion can't just, like, throw his R at. Like, I mean, Volibear could just try to press Q and, like, see what happens. And he could, like, literally, he could do that. He actually could do that. And, like, that's, like, this, like, I mean, in the end, like I said, like, Thresh is a pretty, I think Thresh kind of sucks as a pick. So you're, like, you're just praying for him to hook someone or something. But, yeah, this guy gets the first move, the first initiative play.
You see here, he knows he has a face call available, so he's like, I'm going in, you better follow Fnatic. Very quickly come on through, so Fnatic starts to collapse, they get Mickey. Oscar does a great job of buying the time from Broken Blade and Caps drags him up to the top of the fight, which means they get to take care of Yike, who's not particularly tanky, and Hansama just goes to run for the hills as Fnatic continue to fight.
Crucially, Caps was removed from the fight on one side, and then Hansama just didn't get to play on the other. Forced to retreat, playing on the defensive. It felt like the G2's carry is the crux of what makes this competition work. Never had an opportunity to deal damage, and Fnatic executed beautifully. Another dragon in their back pocket.
And that's 2 games in a row now we've seen G2 go these lanes to scenarios. The 2 game is not come down to how well you play the map, it's come down to how well Fnatic team fought, and they have been destroying G2 every single time they meet 5v5.
And while G2 was talking about wanting to grow in the mid game, it was their early game last year. They let them be so explosive. They let them blow up a game for 10 minutes. Through a lot of time following 2v2. Now their lane swapping to avoid a 2v2, and Noah and Jun, despite that, are still incredibly impactful in games.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Through a lot of the time, and while G2 have talked about wanting to grow in the mid.
Okay, why is Noah on red while we're starting the Baron? Like, I just need to see this for a second. So they know Sion is bot, right? So Sion is bot. I assume he has TP. He has TP. If we're gonna start this, like, why go to your red? It seems like Noah doesn't think they're gonna do it. They have the top push, they have the mid push, they have the vision. Like, yeah, they can definitely pull this, and the enemy's comp is so shit. Like, Sion has to TP in to even, like, start something up, and you're a pick. Like, it's not like Thresh can just walk in. It's not like Volibear can just walk in. He's just a stun bot. Yeah, I'm not sure. They really didn't know what they wanted to do.
They let them be so explosive. They let them blow open games in the first 10 minutes. Through a lot of the time, bot lane 2v2. Now they're lane swapping to avoid the 2v2, and Noah and Jun, despite that, are still incredibly impactful in the games. Jun standing off of this.
That's fucking crazy.
Are still incredibly impactful in the games. Jun standing off to the side.
That's fucking crazy.
In the games. And Noah and Jun, despite that, are still incredibly impactful in the games. Jun standing off to the side. Despite that, are still incredibly impactful.
Now that's interesting. He switched to Jack's model, and he actually mimics the spin, which is like weird.
In the games.
Does he have flash? No. Where is Kalista in all this? Do they know where Azir is? I don't know if they know where Azir is, but for one, I could say right now, if I'm him, I'm sitting on the outside. I'm not going inside, I'm sitting on the outside. It makes no sense to go into the pit. You only go into the pit if you're really worried about their overall engage and power, but it's a Thresh. It's a Scion, it's an Azir, like... Why did he go in the pit? He should just kept hitting here. And then when this guy does this, now he has the option to either go here or here. So I don't know what the fuck Noah's doing, but Noah's like griefing the shit out of this situation. He's like completely misreading this. Like he's going in the pit. Why? Like just sit with this guy. And of course, don't get me wrong, Caps can still come here and flip these guys over this way. And I mean, Humanoid will flash, and if Humanoid flashes, he's gonna kill Azir. But, and yeah, like Noah might be in a bad spot, but at least Noah will be like in this vicinity to fight. Being in here is so much worse because Jinx just has free reign to do whatever the hell she wants. Like, look at the threat that's on Jinx. Also, it looks like it's the Rocket. Yeah, the Rocket and the Volibear E. I don't think he even smited it. Yeah, he didn't even smite it. It's just the Rocket, which probably did, what, 1200 damage, plus the E, which probably did like 500 plus damage. Just completely took them for surprise. But yeah, he goes in, he's an idiot. Asol, that was a mistake. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is Asol should immediately press R here. Immediately press R here. And honestly, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Even though I think Noah going into the pit is not smart, I do think if his Asol actually covered him in this situation, they win. Because Caps has to flash, but there's nowhere to flash to. So he's probably dead. And Jun will R this, and then Kalista can actually repurpose herself this way and press R and pull him out. So it's still actually winning for Fnatic if they play it well. But, you know, Jun is covering them, and then he's just like, okay, I'm gonna R here, I guess. And it's like, dude, what about these guys? Like, I feel like these teams don't actually cover each other. Like, they just don't cover each other in these games. Like, it's quite clear that you need to help your other carry, like Caps in that other situation, but they just don't. They just think about themselves on their own play.
Now you know. Congratulations to Caps off the back of a Baron steal for G2. I mean, what? I mean, I was concerned that Fnatic was taking a flip here, but I didn't think it would happen like that. Let's keep track of the on the bottom right-hand side. Flash smite, just like that. The Azir will...
Like, you could say in some ways, Caps coming this way and R'ing him here is actually more beneficial towards them winning the fight than him actually going in here. It just so happens that, like, yeah, like he sees Noah going in, so that's why he feels, well, I guess I'll go for this one instead. And then, I mean, like, what the fuck does Hans do?
Let's keep track of Yike on the bottom right-hand side. Flash.
Okay, so explain this to me. How come Hans goes this way versus going here? Because if Hans goes here and DPS's, it's a lot harder for them to actually do stuff to him. Like, way harder.
Let's keep track
no?
of Yike on the bottom right-hand side.
Like, especially because didn't he... Like, getting the Baron accelerates him. So when they get it, he could just zoom this way and start DPSing. If this guy like has to initiate sooner, then you back away and you're probably fine. If the Ace has to push into you this way, then the Mickey X can actually go into you better too. Like Hans just like Hans just kills himself. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know. I feel like positioning wise, there's always just like some odd takes. And now what happens? This guy just gets hit by a hook straight up. I mean, okay. I mean, okay, like, sure, why not? Why not just get hit by a hook? Why not? Holy shit. It's still a very winnable game.
Regardless, here we are. It's not going to be sold 1.5 side. First step. Maybe I go for a little bit. What the good? If it's not sold, yes. Sorry, excuse me. All right, that's fine. So you can afford to give that one away. Didn't have a step. No real reason to step forward there. This guy's available for humanoid. It's going to hit everybody. That kind of more than enough range, most certainly. So the situation we find ourselves in. It's
and now we wait.
But in terms of the carries, very even across the board. 2 items finished, 4 caps, 3 finished for humanoid, 4 caps. Investing in that death cap is kind of the difference. Whereas the Rylai's a little bit on the cheaper side. Humanoid puts himself in a great position there. In the bot lane, 3 items for both 8 carries. So these seem to prime the fight, and ultimately comes down to execution. We know the late game threats that are capped and outside Jinx, and as you have a lot of range.
Now we wait for stuff to happen, because honestly, there's no outmaneuvering, probably. Like, maybe Nico could do something kind of fancy. He hasn't really tried anything like that so far, and like he could try something a little fancy. Which does make midwaves a little spooky. Okay. Because right now, if I'm like, I'm running away from this guy, by the way. Like, I am still running away. I'm still running away. Hey, Chun. So this guy's pushing out bot, right? And Baron comes up in 20 seconds, but this is so weird. Like, the second I see this guy like walking up, I'm running. Like, I'm not like sticking around. I'm literally running. Also, why would he not throw? Does he not have traps? Because I probably would just throw traps here too. Huh.
Really even start. Jack doing his best to try and disengage Oscar and buying a bit more. Hansama flashing out. Mickey gonna die before the fight really even starts. Jack doing his best to try and now the ulti coming in. Hansama flashing out. Mickey gonna die. Get away. But now the ulti coming in. Hansama flashing out. Mickey gonna die before the fight really.
Oh, so someone tell me why Noah holds his R for forever. Like, once this happens, press R. Like, literally press R. Let him save his HP, and then you have R to reinitiate this situation. Like, Noah just waits forever. And I'm gonna be honest, like, that made no sense. And then, of course, you like, yeah, I should go on Sion, don't go here. Just go short on Sion, kill him. You get 2 kills, you're gonna go for Baron. This guy's gonna try to end. And then they're still trying to, like, deal with, like, the wave and stuff, but it's like, probably shouldn't be there.
Secured. Yike is trying to interrupt the backs. I thought the Caps may even try to end the game, but no, he's going to go for a recall 9 TP's in.
Yike is strong. Extra healing coming in from the Frenzied Maul. Another 900 HP, baby! Vola Bear! Going crazy in the 2v1.
Crazy. He literally won that, huh? He chose the right targets. He just got like plus 900 already. Fucking crazy. Actually crazy. And what, Noah stayed on the map?
What a combo that Noah needs to break. Can he find Yike here?
Noah takes the jungler out. Maybe it gets a little bit easier. Now manages not quite to find one. The shield! The shield!
What the fuck?
Can he find Yike here?
Noah takes the jungler out. Maybe it gets a little bit easier. Now manages not quite.
He just loses so much HP, man.
Noah takes the jungler out. Maybe it gets a little bit easier.
So he also he got a little bit too close to Volibear. Ideally, he would hop this way, and then he would pop E. Because I think that's enough damage already, no? Like, surely that's enough damage already. He has, what, like... maybe 5 or 6 run stacks, just test it and go for it. But you need to run from a Azir, because Azir will just kill you. I mean, it is what it is. And then this guy TPs, and then he just dies, and that's the game. Okay, well, absolutely tremendous game, I guess. MVPs... for sure, Jun is in here again. Like, this guy played pretty well. This guy sucked. This guy was kind of bad. This was surprisingly a better ASOL game, but it's like, he could have been better. This guy was bad. Kind of bad. I mean, like, he literally had one last thing in the end. Let's scratch this as, like, kind of good. Han's bad. His champion sucked. I think it's Caps and Jun. No? I shouldn't have gotten rid of that, but I think it's Caps, and I think it's Jun. I think those are the most obvious MVPs I could make for this game, in the end. If you want to throw in Humanoid, you could, I guess. Like, you could say Humanoid, but I don't know if it's as deserving as these two here. Alright, that was game 2. On to game 3.